So, describe to me what you do and what you're working on recently.
A lot of things. I'm looking for work to establish a non-profit organization to work with refugee and immigrants, to combine my previous experiences with creativity and try to find some ways for healing and start over.
Oh, that's beautiful. What sort of healing processes do you go through?
I believe in the ability of a human being, and there is a huge power inside. So I think a lot of people, when they came to the United States as refugee and immigrant, they have a lot of problems with language and with the system even. There's a lot of information and they don't know how to get in the system. So I think we need something like a bridge to take them from their previous lives into this new life that has a lot of advantages. Some of the refugees face a lot of problems in their life, like violence and abuses. These countries have a lot of problems against people. So when they come to the United States, maybe they face some issues inside about self-esteem, about self-development. So I think we can help each other to raise the awareness of being human and that we deserve to be human.
I think that is absolutely beautiful.
I love the idea, and the community here helps people to have these kinds of projects or even support these issues.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'd like to dive a little deeper about where did you grow up, and could you tell me a little bit about your childhood?
I was born in Iraq in 1980. My childhood was gorgeous. I was a smart girl in school. I was a solid A. A solid A, right? And suddenly in 2001, my mother died due to a sudden sickness, and my whole life completely changed. At that time, I was studying architecture, my first passion. When my mother died, I had to drop my study, and I faced a lot of violence in my life, abuses and kidnapping. I was kidnapped in Iraq in 2006. So I think what helped me and what helped me to overcome all these things was a creativity that suddenly one day appeared into my life. I didn't have innate talent in writing or even in painting. Suddenly one day I found myself that I write a poem. So that was like a door opened and helped me to overcome all these tragedies. From that day, I believe in the ability of a human being, and we can transform all the drawbacks into creative outcomes.
That's beautiful. Okay, so I do want to talk a little bit more about your accomplishments because you have done amazing things. So you've published 7 books, that's right?
Yes. And
also like short writings and poetry in addition to that. And you have made countless pieces of artwork and jewelry, thousands, right? More than 1,000, yes.
Whenever I found myself in a pickle, I try to do something positive. So I believe each piece of art or each poem is like my son's, Yes. I think I was lucky to do that.
Well. Okay, so you've talked a lot about your downtimes kind of fueling you to create. Do you think that there are any personality traits that you have that have helped you to be so successful going forward?
I think my childhood, because I told you I was a solid A student, and maybe at the beginning, this feelings of being very smart, and the situation around me now is totally difficult. I think that helped me to survive, that I don't want to let myself down. I think that helped me to survive. Later, after that, I started to discover new knowledge about how to transfer all these negative things into creative and positive things. And whenever I allow myself to do that, I got this knowledge in wider way, you know. So yeah, at the beginning it was kind of just to be survived.
I want to go a little bit deeper. So I want to ask you, what do you think your darkest moment has been, and how did you get beyond that? Even like inside yourself with your artwork, how did you get beyond that moment? Can you describe that to me?
Sure. I have many turning points in my life. The deepest and maybe the saddest one was my mother died, because at that time I wasn't ready to be in a challenge and hardship like this. But after that, the second turning point was my kidnapping, being kidnapped, the incident of being kidnapped, and that lesson taught me a lot. It gave me the power to praise life, to have a new awareness that I have a new life and I should use it in a very good way, you know. And the moment that when I came here, I found myself speechless and tongueless, you know. That was the other turning point, and I think yes, those three moments were the most important moments in my life.
How do you think that they impacted your life?
My mother died. My mother's death changed my life completely. And it was, I think, the hardest thing, because I was too innocent.
You were 21, right?
21, and I was a spoiled girl, the only kid in the family, so I wasn't ready to face this kind of tragedy. And now if you ask me if I can change that moment, I will do. The other moments, no, I appreciated them, and I still do, because they give me the power and help me to discover this inner peace later. At the beginning it was hard, but when I experienced everything and practiced many techniques to get that tragedy and pain out of myself, I find peace, I find inner peace, I find power. And I still do that. Whenever I found myself like I'm upset or I feel that I need some hope and help, I go back to this moment, and I reminded myself that I could do that in the past, so I'm sure I will do it in the future.
That's beautiful. Like, I just want to say, like, you're so strong and resilient. That's why I asked you to come. It's just, even I could see that radiating off of you even before I knew your story. You know, as soon as I heard you speak, I was like, who is this woman? I need to talk to her further. So I love that about you.
Thank you.
No problem.
You know, maybe because I try always to be myself. I always try to be myself and to be honest. Maybe that's what sends you this honesty and this power. I try to be myself, even when I feel I'm upset. I say that I'm not okay today, so please give me my space.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay. Okay, let's move on to happier subjects. That's okay. So, in your life, what do you feel most grateful for?
I'm grateful for the coincidence that made me met with my soulmate, Hassan. in my whole life, in my entire life, I believe that we should look for love, for the true love. And when I came here, I met Hassan immediately after a month. I came here in 2013. So we've been together now for more than 2 years. And I'm happy to have him in my life. He's very supportive and loving person. So I think that's a good thing.
That is beautiful. Get him on camera. He's all behind the scenes. He's on camera now.
He's in my heart.
I was on the camera, but I never used to be on the camera.
I love it. Okay, so business-wise, what do you think has been your greatest accomplishment in your art or in your work, in your career?
Actually, I'm grateful for all what I did in my life. Before I came to the United States, I was writing and painting, and I used to work as TV presenter, so I have many aspects in my life. When I came here, I think I started from scratch. I put everything on the side, writing and painting, and even my career, and started everything from scratch. I found here another opportunities to work in wider aspect, so I can apply all what I did in my life, poetry and art and all these experience into something different now, to work with people. As these creative things help me to heal, to be healed, and to have this power, I want to help people to find these powers inside.
That's awesome. What do you think? I know that you kind of jumped into the TV presenter thing from a background that was all architecture. It was very different than what you were doing in TV presenting. How did you make that transition, and what do you think it was about you that really made that transition happen and made you so powerful in doing that?
My early passion was architecture. I wanted to study architecture, but as I told you, my mother did changed everything. Later, when I found myself a poet, I still remember that moment when I suddenly, I had the final test in college, and that was 6 months before my mother died. So I feel there's something like boiling inside. I don't know what to do. So I pushed my paper, my lecturer's paper, and everything, and I wrote, "What is that? It's a poem. Who is this girl?" So that moment really was like shocking in a positive way. If you ask me now to identify myself, I will say I'm a poet, because I believe poetry is not just a poem. It's a way to live life. It's an approach. So poetry and this poetic aspects in my life helped me to do everything. And now I think the poetry spirit is moving inside and helping me to go forward.
That's beautiful. So you've made a lot of transitions in your life, and I know that you refer to yourself as a phoenix a lot of times. So what advice would you give to women or young ladies who are going through transitions? How do you get through that transition?
The first thing, we should believe in ourselves. If we have a good relationship with our inner self, we can face anything. And if we allow ourselves to accept that change, whatever that change is, we have to accept it. And when we allow ourselves to receive the messages from the universe, we will get the message. Sometimes sad things happen to change our way, or to have a different vision, to give us different vision. So I think just we should allow ourselves to accept that change and believe in ourselves.
That's great. Awesome. Okay, what is your vision for your future as an artist, as a businesswoman? What's your biggest goal coming up?
My biggest goal. My biggest goal.
Yeah.
My biggest goal.
Mm-hmm.
I will be speaking fluent English in no more than 6 years. So now it's 2 years.
I give it like a year. So like you got this. You're gonna nail it.
That's the first goal actually. And I hope to improve the career that I want to build it now. Life coach, and I want this knowledge, self-development and spiritual psychology and all these powerful things. I need it. And I know I'm going to combine it with art and poetry, so we can have something new approach to work with people.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, now, here's the fun part. Tell me a little bit about your upcoming book. I would love to hear a little bit more about that. What's it called and what's it about?
I'm writing the book now. It's a biography. The name is, I chose to call the book, The Flavor of the Universe. Then when my language improved, Cosmos is more, it's like poetic name. So maybe it's gonna be The Flavor of the Cosmos. You know, I believe that we are part of this whole cosmos. We cannot be just pieces. We have this relationship between us and with the trees, with everything around us. So I think, I believe in that. And now I'm writing that book. I will talk about my previous life and how these challenges changed me at different levels at different times. And I was talking about my experience in the United States, and I think it's another challenge. So I'm happy to do that. It's kind of healing, another healing. You know, whatever you do to heal yourself and go deeper, you will find something very precious. You will find the essence is very precious. So I enjoy that.
Okay, last question, and this is, what advice do you have for aspiring businesswomen?
The same advice. Amber, when we believe in ourselves, we can do anything. Fear can destroy any dream you have. And if you don't believe in yourself, you will not trust anything. So I think you should embrace the power inside. And allow yourself to get that passion. Because everyone has a passion. It's like a song, so you should be ready to listen to it.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for coming